Hey guys, it's Master Fox from United Sports Taekwondo. This is take two of a video that was supposed to begin at noon today. Um, I learned over the last 40 minutes or so that meditation and deep breathing really works when you have the urge to take your laptop and throw it off your balcony to never see it again. So apparently in the middle of my video, Microsoft decided it wanted to do an update. And apparently there's a setting that you can go in and you can control. I don't know where that is, but I guarantee you by the end of today, I'm going to know where that setting is. And we're going to turn off those automatic updates so that doesn't happen again. So we are back, and I recognize a lot of the people who had planned to be here aren't able to be here now. They had to get back to work. That's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and have the discussion that I wanted to have, and it'll live on Facebook forever, and you guys can always see it archived. So for you guys that are tuning in again, I'm just going to kind of start over, but go through the first 3 or 4 minutes in a faster form. So today's topic is how to avoid battling with the kids. And if you're like me, I've got a 16-year-old son. Everything seems to be a battle, and we tend to battle with our kids. If not every day, it certainly seems like 3-4 times a week. And it always tends to be the same battles over and over. You can predict when they're going to happen. Time to go to bed, time to brush your teeth, time to get in the car, time to do your homework. All right, it's the same battles over and over again. So rather than battle with them, because we know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. It's a martial arts principle that I don't care what martial arts you're studying, they talk about this principle of, if somebody's pushing you, don't push back. There's an Aikido principle that says if someone is pushing at you, you pull. Well, the same thing can be applied with our kids. I used to teach sales training for a Dale Carnegie organization. Some of you guys know How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a book written in 1936. Those principles were applied to a sales training course. And the whole idea behind this course was to stop thinking about what you're trying to sell, to stop, listen to what it is that the person on the other end needs and what they want. One of the examples that we always used to use is nobody ever needed a 1/4-inch drill bit. What they really needed is a 1/4-inch hole. Drill bit is just a means to get them there. So it wasn't the bit that I was selling if I was selling drill bits. It was the hole. That's what they wanted. Same thing applies to my martial arts business. If somebody comes in, I'm not selling a black belt. Black belt is just a $5 piece of cloth that goes around your waist and holds your pants up. It's not that big a deal. What they want is what that black belt represents and what their children will learn in the process. And I see I got a couple of my students' parents here whose kids are black belts. So over the course of time, your kids develop self-confidence, self-control. They may get better grades at school, be better behaved at home. Those are the kinds of things. And they're certainly in great physical shape. And that mental and physical alignment, that's what we're selling when we're selling a black belt. That's what parents are looking for. And it takes me to my next point. Nobody, including our kids, wants to be sold. But everybody wants to feel like we make choices in our best interest, right? So let's give our kids that freedom to do that. So I'll give you an example. Let's say that you're trying to get your kid to brush your teeth. Rather than argue with them and battle with them every night, it's time to brush your teeth, and they never want to do it, don't argue with them anymore. Just try getting a series of yeses. It kind of works something like this. Johnny, I know that you don't like to brush your teeth, and I have to be honest with you, I don't really like to do it either. It's kind of one of those things that we just have to do. I'm not really a big fan of it myself, so I get it. What's your favorite food? What you did is you just totally changed their state, changed the subject completely to talk about something that they're interested in. So let's say they say pizza. Okay, great. You know what? I love pizza too. Which part of your body do you use when we eat pizza, Johnny? Now, if it's a little kid, if you say 4 or 5 or 6, you can be silly and you can say, do you use your belly button to eat pizza? No. Do you use your pinky toe to eat pizza? No. And that may not work if your kid is 12, right? But you can say, so what part of your body do you use? When you eat pizza, what are you using? Your mouth. Okay, what's inside your mouth? Your teeth, right. All right. So if you like to eat pizza and you need your teeth to eat pizza, how long would you like to be able to eat pizza for? Do you want to be able to eat pizza when you're my age? Yeah, all right, so you see where I'm going, right? Get them to say yes to a series of questions, and you're seeing it from their point of view. We're no longer talking about brushing our teeth. We're talking about eating pizza, which is something they're happy to talk about. So here's the thing. You're a pretty smart kid, Johnny. You know fully well if you don't take care of your teeth, you're going to lose them at a young age. And if you want to keep eating pizza for a long time, we really have to brush our teeth. Now, if you have a kid like some kids I know, they're really smart, and they may say, well, I'll just get false teeth then. I have a particular 11-year-old in my life who would probably say something like that. Well, I'll just get false teeth. Well, if, yeah, you could get false teeth. And modern science and medicine is wonderful, and there's all kinds of things we could do. I can get false teeth. I could get fake hair. If I needed, God forbid, I could get a fake arm or a fake leg, and all these things are possible. But wouldn't you agree, Johnny, that it's better to have the original parts than replacement parts if it can be helped? Absolutely. So let's brush our teeth so that we can keep eating pizza. And in fact, to celebrate, let's get pizza tomorrow for dinner. Where do you want to order from? Problem solved. Give me a thumbs up if I'm making sense. Yes? Cool. All right. Excellent. So that's number one. Look at it from their point of view. You know, it reminds me, I don't know if I'm the only one that ever did this. Did you guys ever do this? When your kids were toddlers, have you ever crawled around the floor on your hands and knees to see the room from their perspective? Anybody else do that? Yes? All right. So I remember doing that, going, wow, it looks pretty cool down here. And I remember saying, it's a lot of stuff under the couch. How did that stuff get there? So again, just see it from their perspective. All right, so that's tip number one. Tip number two goes back 2,400 years to the time of Socrates. Socrates was the first person that talked about getting them to say yes. So he said, ask a series, and we did this in the last example too, right? Getting them to say yes opens up their minds. But when someone makes the decision to say no, whether it's your toddler or president of the United States, once you say no, it takes either force or a miracle to get them to change their mind. No puts on defense the entire neuromuscular system. We have shut down. So the best way to avoid an argument is not to get in it the first place, whether it's with our boss at work or our toddler. So we don't want to get into that battles of no. We want to get them saying yes right away. And so let's come up with an example of how we can do that. Let's say you need to get your child to the supermarket because you have nothing to make for dinner tonight. Been there, right? All right, but your kid's playing video games and he doesn't want to stop to go to the supermarket. So try this. Say, I see you're playing video games, right? Yeah. So how long have you been playing? About half an hour now? 40 minutes? Yeah, I guess so. All right, so you know what? I love playing video games too. Video games are great. Here's the thing. Do you like to eat dinner? Yeah. And would you like to eat dinner tonight and tomorrow? Yeah. All right, so food's important, video games important. We need both. But right now, we need to get to the supermarket. So here's what we need to do. Since you want to eat dinner, get in the car with me right now. We're going to the supermarket. What would you like to pick out? You can pick out one treat for yourself when we get there. Anything you want, what would you like to have? And then get them in the car and go. We'll play video games tomorrow. So instead of getting in a battle, just get them saying yes. No matter how you do it, get them saying yes. So that's tip number two. All right, the third tip, the final tip for you guys is to make it feel like it's their idea. Remember what we said early on? We said nobody likes to be sold. Same thing goes for our kids. They like to feel like they made the decision. My mom, I remember she used to do this for me. She would put out, say, 3 shirts for me, and she would say, pick any shirt you want. Now, all 3 shirts matched and would look nice, but I still felt like it was my choice. Do you guys do this? Do you do this with your kids? Like lay out their clothes and say, what would you like to wear? They certainly can't say pick any shirt because they'll pick pants that don't go with their shirt. And maybe that's okay in your family, but I think it makes sense to give them choices. Let them make their choices, right? But all choices that are okay with you. So how do we apply this at the dinner table? Remember when George Bush Sr. said, I don't like broccoli and I'm not going to eat it? I remember that, right? So it's like 25 years ago now, more. And that was his prerogative. He didn't have to eat broccoli if he didn't want to. But you probably get the same battles with your kids when you're trying to get them to eat food. So rather than say, eat your broccoli, just try this. Because you don't care if they eat broccoli, right? You just want them to get their nutrition. So try this. Say, look, tonight we can make broccoli, string beans, or I can make you a spinach salad. You can pick anything you want. Which one of those do you want? Great, spinach salad. Me too. What kind of dressing should we pick out? So now you've given them a choice. It was they got to choose. but you were cool with all three choices, so it's not just starches all the time of corn and potatoes. So talked about three choices today, making it feel like it's their idea, seeing it from their point of view, and getting them to say yes. Those are the three things, and my hope is that if you can incorporate those three things, maybe you can battle a little less with the kids, particularly around holiday time, because I know the next week is going to be really stressful for you, right? So, you've got family and you've got your parents are in for a couple of days, or, there's people visiting and you've got places to be and you still haven't wrapped your Christmas gifts yet. So things are really stressful. And meanwhile, the kids are off, so they're making you nuts. So let's try and avoid the battles and just find ways to get to yes. So that was the idea. I want to thank you guys. And I forgot to say this earlier, but for any of my students that tuned in today, I really appreciate that. Go ahead and share this video. And if you share this video with other folks, other parents who might really appreciate it, then you got an opportunity to win a $50 Wawa gift card. So that should pay for Wawa coffee for a couple of months, right? So thanks, guys. This is Master Fox at United Sports Taekwondo. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry we couldn't get there on time, but I will figure out that Microsoft setting, that's for sure. Have a very happy holiday, a happy and healthy new year. Take care. Bye-bye.